There's an element. Yes, there's a strong element of not getting invited to things you used to get invited to, for sure. Yeah, not with certain friends or older friends or guys I've known for a long time or that sort of stuff. But yeah, sure, there's an element of that. That's what they do. They're first off, they're cowards. Secondly, they're into McCarthyism big time, which is weird because they never shut up about McCarthyism, but they love to practice McCarthyism every chance they get, and then they complain more about McCarthyism. So yeah, that's what Hollywood does.
Are you surprised that all of this is so idiotic, that everyone involved with all of this at every level seems like a complete moron or in complete dereliction of their duty or an idiot or an incompetent or a psychopath? I mean, you feel free to use some other adjectives. Like just the whole thing, there's just nobody.
Well, look, as I've said many times, if you can argue the definition of what is a woman or the difference between a man and a woman, if that's open to debate, then going to the border or recession is certainly on the table. You know what I mean? Like if you really think about the ultimate black and white definition, man, woman, okay, that's out the window. So a recession, that's easy to argue away if you can argue away a woman. You know what I mean? And I sort of think a lot of that's the motivation for a lot of it, because they will argue away anything now because everything is on the table. Now, the question you're sort of asking is, well, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, whomever, I get it. That's their job. But, I mean, it's insane, but that's what they're doing. The question is more like, what are the news outlets doing? Aren't they worried about their credibility? Don't they sound insane? I mean, I get it. You're a cheerleader for a party. But at what, you're essentially saying, I'm a cheerleader in a football game and the other team just scored. And you go, no, they didn't. It's like, yes, they did. No, well, what is your definition of a touchdown then? It's like, CNN, you sound insane, and people stop listening. And why are you making this deal with the devil? Why are you cashing in every bit of goodwill you've earned over the last 50 years on stupid things? Just give it up. This or going like all in on January 6th. It's the worst, democracy hanging by a thread, the worst attack since Pearl Harbor. Like, your news outlet, or ivermectins for horses. Why are you giving it up? Why are you playing so fast and loose with your dignity? You're a news outlet. We don't listen anymore.
Do you think it's too late and we should just encourage their slow, or I guess at this point, their relatively quick death? It's been a slow death that I think is now escalating.
I don't know. Like, my feeling is if somebody popped on to MSNBC and said, look, we traditionally define a recession as 2 quarters of negative growth, and that's what we got, so that's what we're in, I'd go, all right, well, at least that guy sounds semi-sane.
Right. But there aren't too many of those guys over there. But, I've asked you this before, but I don't think we've done anything on camera since you brought me back from off the grid last September, so about 11 months ago. You're a Hollywood guy. You've had a lot of success in Hollywood. You still live in L.A. When you think about all of the people that you're talking about that are just sort of in on all of the lies, I mean, an awful lot of the Hollywood people, they're just kind of in the lie. Do you get invited to any parties anymore? When's the last time you've been out of the house?
Well, I'm out now, technically, but
not to your own building.
Since you left, I don't get invited to too many parties.
Is it really like that? Like,
there's an element. Yes, there's a strong element of not getting invited to things you used to get invited to, for sure. Yeah, not with certain friends or older friends or guys I've known for a long time or, that sort of stuff. But yeah, sure, there's an element of that. That's what they do. They're, first off, they're cowards. Secondly, they're into McCarthyism big time, which is weird because they never shut up about McCarthyism, but they love to practice McCarthyism every chance they get, and then they complain more about McCarthyism. So yeah, that's what Hollywood does.
Tell me about the book here, because when I saw the cover here and I saw the title, Everything Reminds Me of Something, I thought, this is Carolla, because that's you, right? Like when you're doing your show, everything that you hear, you're interviewing somebody, you're doing the news, everything reminds you of something that happened way back when. That is the Adam Carolla.
Yeah, it's something I came out of my mouth like 5 years ago, and I went, yeah, that's true. Everything does remind me of something. And I thought it'd be a good title for a book. And the book is people asking questions versus me sitting down and posing my own questions, which is kind of what you do when you write a book. You go, well, here's what I want to talk about, and it's an interesting conceit, because it's like authoring a book is sort of asking yourself a question, like, what should we do about the homeless problem? Here's what we need to do about the homeless problem, but this is a little different, and that people were asking me questions, and I had to form thoughts and opinions on questions that I wasn't asking myself. So I found myself going, yeah, why is that? And then I was kind of pushed outside of my box and had to figure out what is the answer to that question, because they were not my own.
Yeah, what's like the most burning thing that you were asked that you really maybe hadn't thought through? You're a thinker. You're doing a daily podcast, man. You talk to people on the internet.
The one that pops into my head, and there were many, but the one I remember, and people have to remember or consider, I write these books, I write them while I'm doing 10 other things, and then they come out, and then people go, what's your favorite chapter, whatever it is. I go, I can't remember anything. I was there, I did it, and now I'm gone, and I don't know. But somebody said, in a world that's very equitable now in 2022, where males and females sort of share a lot of the same duties, and there's more women in college these days and more women attorneys than male attorneys. Why is it when you see a motorcycle going down the road with a couple on it, the guy is still the guy with his hands on the handlebars, and the woman is pulled in behind him with her hands on his waist? Why? And I was like, I have some thoughts. I'll let you answer your own question. No, I'm now this is what happened to me. I was like, I never thought of that, but it's true. I've not seen any women riding the bike with the guy in the back. But in a world where the guy stays home and takes care of the kids, and the woman goes to work, and he's making dinner, and everything, all the responsibilities are shared now, why do we still have this in this one place? Also, it's like, see a lot of women driving with a guy in the passenger seat now. You didn't see that so much when I was growing up. So I'll be curious your take on that, and then I'll tell you what I said.
If you're looking for more honest and thoughtful conversations about comedy instead of the nonstop yelling you get everywhere else, check out our comedy playlist. And if you want to watch full interviews on a variety of topics, check out our full episode playlist. They're both right over here. And to get notified of all future videos, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell.